Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel, Extreme Tarot, where we do moon readings, pick a cards, and zodiac readings. Today we're doing a pick a card reading, a look into what your friends think about you. I meant this to be like your actual friends, not your frenemies, not your haters or fake friends or whoever. This is like the real ones. Like, what do they have to say? What have they noticed about you, and what do they like about you? I have 3 cards for you to choose from. Card number 1 here, card number 2, and card number 3. So whichever one is calling out to you, pick it and I'll see you at your pile, okay? Bye. Okay guys, so if you chose this card, it is the Rockstar card. It says, I am a million different things at a million different times. I am me with no apologies. Get it. This is your reading. What do your friends see about you? What do they like about you? And the first thing that I'm seeing is that this is not centered. But the second thing I'm seeing is that your friends think that you're just like, there's like a million different possibilities, like all in one, or a million different traits all in one. Maybe they think you're somebody that has like so many like life experiences too, where it's like you've lived like a million lives, like you have a bunch of knowledge about like a lot of different things, like, and I feel like because of all your like experience and stuff like that, they maybe see you as like a super strong kind of a person, like I am me with no apology, super authentic, super like interesting. With the rock star, it's almost like they want to like watch the show, like, you know what I mean, like they find you very entertaining. They like admire a bunch of different what was I gonna say, not assets but aspects, oh my god, aspects of your personality. Like they see like that you're very like not dimensional, but like multi-layered, like multifaceted, like, you know, and they like all the different colors that they see. So I kind of want to keep this reading shorter if I can, so I'm just gonna like dive in and start grabbing oracles. All right, so we have passion. Do what excites you, get fired up about your life, increase your energy levels. Yeah, I feel like you could be a fire sign, or else you just have like a lot of energy. And like it was saying, like I am a million different things. You could be somebody, honestly, I'm kind of getting Aries energy, because like Aries always like they want to try all these different new things. I feel like you could be passionate about something, and it's like then like you've moved on to the next thing, and it's like you're very interesting, like you're always talking about something new. Oh, I just tried this new thing, like, oh, I just blah blah blah, and they're like, oh my god, like, and it's just like I feel like you get very passionate about things. Like you find something that excites you and you're just like, oh my god, like I just started this new workout, it's like so cool, like blah 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 blah. Or like, oh my god, I just I don't know, started this new hobby, like I mean I love it, it's this and that. Like I feel like you are always excited about something new. And I feel like also like they think you're someone who's like pretty positive, because it's like it's a very positive energy. Like it's an energy of, oh my god, guess what, like blah 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 blah. Like also that you have a lot of energy. It says increase your energy levels. So I feel like you're somebody that almost is like motivating for people, like come on guys, like let's blah blah blah, like let's do this, like almost like a leader in a way, but like a leader of like positive energy. Like I feel like I would say they see you as something like that. Let's see what else we can get. Oh, that's 2. I just want to get one. Should we see what they were? No, let's just be surprised. It's 2. Come on. How does pile one's friends see them? What do they like love about them? Like, what do they like about them? We have miracles and blessing. Everything has its gift. Yeah, like a leader of positive energy. I feel like you're the one to be like, listen, like I know this is rough for you, but like look at it this way, or like imagine if like this actually happened instead, like, you know, it could be worse, but like, you know what I mean, like it's not that bad, like actually blah blah blah. I feel like you're someone that just really like helps people to see like the positive side of a situation. And I think your friends really appreciate that, because especially if they're in a bad energy and they come to you like, oh, like I'm having a rough day, like blah blah blah, it's like, ooh, well, you're looking good. So, you know, like you got that going for you. Like, you know, it's just like something, you'll say something to almost make them look at the situation differently, or like see the good side of it or something like that. Oh, I was going to roll the Astro dice. Let's see. Let's do that quick. All right. So we have Scorpio, Neptune, and Scorpio in the 3rd house. So I feel like, okay, like, well, first of all, Neptune is a very dreamy sort of an energy. Like, again, I think you have a lot of dreams for yourself, or even big plans. Like, maybe you're someone that dreams about being like a rock star or being famous or something like that. And then the 3rd house, I feel like you could be really good with your words, like we were already talking about with Scorpio energy being here. It's like you could have been through some like dark shit yourself, so it's like you almost know how to navigate that terrain like very well. And like you're almost like the light side of Scorpio, where it's like you have such a, you're very deep, you have such a depth of like emotion. And even Scorpio could be like this fire energy that I'm picking up on, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars. So it does have that fire element, and it's also ruled by Pluto. But it's almost like you have a very good way of like communicating like your emotional experiences. This is a lot of water here, and then air. So that's what I'm getting from that. And like with like the Neptune, it's like, again, you have a lot of dreams, a lot of like fantasies, and like a lot of like aspirations for yourself. And again, with the people just like love talking to you with the 3rd house. That's Gemini energy. You can be very good with your words, very funny. But I'm more so getting very articulate on deep issues. And yeah, in a positive way. So what else? Ooh, this is upside down. I'm sorry, I can't. It was the mutable moon. But what do pile one's friends think about pile one? We have, you're very close to achieving your goal. Again, I feel like you're just somebody, prosperity lies ahead. I think they see you as somebody that's like always like, again, striving, like a very motivated go-getter kind of a person. Like you work very hard. You have goals. You're a very goal-oriented person. And I think also a very solution-oriented person. Again, if your friends like come to you like, oh, like I'm having this issue, you're gonna be like, okay, what can we do? Like, have you tried this? Like, blah 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 blah. Like, you know, it's like you're like, let's find the answer. Like, you're not just gonna be like, oh my god, and like freak out with them. You're gonna be like, okay, but we need to like figure this shit out, so let's do it. Kind of a thing, you know? So I feel like they feel like you have a lot of answers, or you know a lot of or not even that you know a lot, but I mean that could be true too, because there's Gemini energy here. But like almost like you motivate them, or like you inspire them in some way. What else do pile ones? Oh, Gemini and Uranus. But let's see, what else do pile one's friends think of pile one? The South Node, destined to release. I feel like you're the person that people want to talk to when they've like had a breakup or something like that, because it's like you maybe been through a lot of breakups. Like I was saying, I feel like you've lived a lot of lives like in one or something. So I think people, I'm just gonna grab this deck. I think people kind of think that you know a lot about loss and things like that or something, and they maybe like just admire, I mean, even if it's not like they're getting something out of it, like, oh, like when they need to talk to you, but it's like, I think they think that about you, that you're somebody that has sort of been through a lot of loss or something like that. And I think they're just like, whoa, how are you like still going? Like, I think, again, it's like it's a very admirable energy that they're like seeing in you. Okay, what else? We have addict, helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Again, I feel like you're somebody that with this destined to release an addict, it's like if there's a problem in your life, like you're not one to just sort of be like la 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 and pretend it's not happening. Like you're always aware, you're very self-aware is what I'm getting. And they think it's cool that like, okay, say they see you like doing something that's like a little like, they're like, oh, like that seems a little out of character or something. It's like you're the first one to say it. Like, does that make sense? Like before they can even like articulate it to you, you're like, oh, I realized I was like being a bitch this day, or like I realized, you know, I was like blaming this person, but I'm really just mad at myself. It's like, I think they feel that you're somebody that has a lot of integrity and takes responsibility for their own actions. Like you're not like in denial. Okay, and what was the other one that just flipped? Where'd it go? Ugh. Hold on. Oh, maybe it didn't flip. I'll see it if it's there. Oh, okay. Okay, we have Destroyer. Releasing. What is all this about releasing? That's so weird. Releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. It's like, yeah, even with Scorpio, it's like the 8th house. It's like, and look, mentor, passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So it's like, again, I feel like you're someone who's like not afraid for things to end in your life. And it is a very almost like, whoa, kind of like a powerful energy, because it's like, I'll cut you off. And again, I think people, your friends who have like noticed that, maybe they've seen that in your like romantic relationships and stuff like that, where they're like, whoa, this person's like not scared like to make a fuss. This person's not scared to stand up for themselves, or maybe even to stand up for them. I'm getting like, again, with this fire, there's a lot of fire here. You could be very feisty and very like, but I'm also getting this like positive energy. So I don't think you're just like a naturally combative person, like just going around like trying to start shit for no reason. But I think if someone's talking, you know, someone's like out of line, like you will address it. Like there is that kind of like tough energy here too. But it's like, I think you'll also be the one to be like, okay, now that we've been through this like tumultuous situation together, let's try to like heal it and like try to learn from it or whatever, like something like that, where it's like you take a bad thing and try to make it like better or something. I don't know. I hope I'm explaining this right, but I feel like you have had to like release a lot of things. You're not afraid to cut ties. And I think people do admire that, because I think a lot of people almost are scared of that. Like, I think they are scared of change and of like letting things go, moving on from certain things. And I think they see that you just like, this isn't working for me anymore. Like the bad is now outweighing the good. Goodbye. That's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Like, see you later. Like, you're just like, don't care. All right, let's get like 4 of these or 5. Let's see. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Again, I think you're just like a cheer, like, yes, like you can do it. Like you're making people think like they feel very supported by you. I think you're a very supportive friend. What else? 6 of Wands. Again, like it's like they see you just like moving and grooving, like, you know, almost like, I feel like they see you as very successful or good at what you do, very confident. We have the Moon. And let's get one more. Thank you. And the 8 of Swords. I almost feel like we should get 5. I don't know why. I feel like there's one more that wants to come out. What? The Queen of Cups. I feel like that probably could have been it, but the King of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Okay, but we did have that Gemini energy, and then we have the Queen of Wands, and look, the Queen of Cups is sticking out here. So, I feel like what I'm getting from this is that, like I was saying, you're very supportive. You're very emotionally deep with the Moon being here, but then you're very, again, it's like water and air. Interesting. But we have earth and fire too. I think you're a very balanced person. I think you know a lot about like the depths of like emotion, but you're very good with your words. You could be very smart with the King of Swords. I think people think you're very intelligent. Again, with the hardworking, with the 3 of Pentacles. And what else? 8 of Swords. It's like, I feel like you're also, something people notice about you is that you're very smart in situations, like say someone's trying to like back you into a corner or something like that. It's like you can meet people on like a mental level and sort of like logic your way out of it. Like you're not going to just like let someone push you around and stay trapped. It's like you're like, I might, because you know what I noticed about this King of Swords? That he looks a little dopey. Oh my God, sorry. I just dropped my crystal. He looks a little dopey. It's not like a very rigid, like angry, like King of Swords, not angry, but like cold. It's almost like, oh, like I'm like, it's almost like you have like a, how do I say it? Like a facade of almost like a, like, oh, like you could play dumb in a way. And, but when you need to, it's like the sword comes right out and you're like, well, actually, blah, 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 blah. And people are like, whoa, because they weren't expecting it. And I think people see that like, you're kind of smart in that way. Or if you have to, you'll kind of keep something to yourself. Like you won't just make waves. Like I was saying, you're not a confrontational person, just like making waves for no reason. It's like you're gonna wait and do it at the right time. Although I do think you could end up exploding sometimes, especially I would say if people are hurting somebody you love or talking shit about somebody you love or trying to like, you know, whatever. I feel like you'll just kind of be like, again, like, well, actually, like, and just kind of turn around and be like, let me tell you about this person because blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know, something like that where it's like, you won't allow like the people you love to be put down in a certain way. Like, I feel like you're also somebody that's like very reasonable and logical with the King of Swords. So it's like you understand that people have like their own opinions and things like that, and so you're kind of like, okay, like, I mean, if someone has a certain opinion about someone I care about, like, they're entitled to it. But if they're gonna be sitting here like trying to sully their good name and like say they're a bad person, and like I know that that's not true, or I know what they're saying is false, like I have to step in and be like, well, actually, like blah blah blah, or actually you're entitled to your opinion, just don't share it with me because I'm not your target audience. Like, keep it moving. Like, I don't want to hear it. Like, go talk to that person. They love to talk shit. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and do it. Something like that. Like, I feel like you're very compassionate and nurturing as well. And like I was saying, you're just like your friend's biggest cheerleader. Like, I feel like they know that you're not someone that gets jealous. Like, you're confident in your own self. I don't feel like you're competitive at all. I feel like, if anything, like, you're the type of person that's like, the only person I want to compete with is the me that's in the mirror, like, every day. So it's like when your friends do good, it's like you're like, oh my God, like, you're not jealous, like, oh, that should have been me, like, oh, blah blah blah, like hating, giving them that haterade. Like, you're like really like, oh my God, like, I'm so happy to see you doing well. And I think it comes from a place of security and stability within yourself. That maybe you haven't always been like that, but I think that that is where you're at now, and like that's what the people that love you would say. So let's just finally get a few messages here. They're just like complimentary in nature. Like, what would Pile One's friends want to say to them right now? What have they noticed about them, and what do they love about them? Okay. You're so amazing, but so humble. Yeah, again, it's like you're not competing, and maybe they see you and are almost like, oh, wow, this person's like great. But like, you don't walk around like that, even though I think you do have this base of confidence. You're not like arrogant, like, oh, I'm the shit. So actually, like, you're kind of just like, we're all just doing our best, you know, like, I've just maybe learned more lessons along the way or something like that. But like, you know, like, you have that humility where, it's like you're not an asshole. Like, your friends think you're like pretty cool. You're the whole package. Again, with that rock star energy, it's like, wow, like, and we had that here with all the elements being present here. Fire, do we have them all? Fire, earth, water, and air. Yes, we do. So it's like, and we had all the queens sticking out. Like, you're a very balanced person. Like, we had queen energy, we had king energy. It's like you're somebody that kind of maybe is very independent, and very able to handle their own life and stuff. And I'm seeing you're so responsible here as well, so that makes sense. And again, this is all blue, which is like the throat chakra and your words and things like that. So I do think, oh my God, they're all blue. I think you communicate very well. You carry yourself with such grace. Again, that was kind of that thing I was saying where it's like, you know when to be quiet, you know when like it's smart to like, you know, there's certain times where you need to stand up for things, but there's certain times when you just have to kind of be strategic, be quiet, let things play out, see where the chips fall. It's like, you know how to do that. You know how to, maybe they've seen you in situations where you have to deal with difficult people, and you do carry yourself with grace. Like, you're just kind of like, okay, like, you're not confrontational. You're so pure. Like, you're clearly a very good-hearted person. And I love how you always stick up for others. Yes, like, that was definitely coming through here. I feel like you're also very unique. I've never met anyone like you. And it says you're not afraid to look silly. So again, it's like, I feel like you're rigid, you're responsible, you're logical, but you're also fun and like funny and like, I don't know, like, you have a pure heart, like, you're smart, like, you got it all going on, and your friends see it and they appreciate you. So I guess we're going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Okay. Put this back. Okay, guys, so if you chose the second card, number 44, the Earth Goddess, this is going to be your reading. The first thing I'm going to do is roll this die. I did not do that in the last pile, but we're doing it now. What do we have? We have Sun and Aries in the 6th house. Interesting. Okay. So I feel like you're somebody that is a very outspoken sort of a person. I feel like I love that the 6th house came up with the Earth Goddess, because I feel like you could be somebody that's very responsible, very grounded. I feel like you almost like take pleasure in like being responsible. It almost like boosts up your self-esteem or something like that. And you love being the way that you are. I feel like you're somebody that's very, very content being that way. Like, I feel like you're somebody that likes to have responsibilities, likes to check off tasks on a to-do list. You're very earthy and practical. It's something you've mastered in this lifetime, and it's like you look good doing it too. I feel like you're also somebody that's very could be like very aggressive, very fun and very funny too. I feel like there is like that lighter side coming out too with like the sun energy. It's like, you know, a very it's like you can handle your shit, and it's like you do it in a nice way. Like I feel like, although with this Aries energy, I think you could kind of go a little cray cray sometimes, but it's like the sun in Aries, it's like a very good placement. It's like the sun is exalted in Aries, so it's like you could be very independent, you could be a boss, like you could be somebody that sort of, I wouldn't even say impulsive, because we have the 6th house being here. So I feel like you have that good blend where like you are assertive and aggressive to go after the things that you want, but like it's balanced by this earth energy here. So let's see what else we can get for pile 2. How do your friends see you, pile 2? We have hope, stay positive, the worst is behind you, look up to the light. So I feel like you could have been through some like really traumatic stuff, or had like some really bad experiences happen to you. I mean, who hasn't? But like I feel like yours could have been like really bad. And it's like you still like kept going. It's like you kept a positive attitude or something like that, because of what this is saying. Stay positive, the worst is behind you. It's like you're looking forward to the future, and you're not somebody like, it's like almost like people feel like you have the right to sort of be like, you know what, my life is over, life sucks, or something like that. But you're just like, no, like you keep going. And I think you maybe, like I was saying, you handle your business in a way that is like, yes, responsible and earthly, but also in a way that is like emotional. Like you, like with the stay positive, it's like you still look forward to life and are excited and exuberant about life. It's like you still have this hope and excitement for life. And I think people think that's like amazing. That's 2. What else for pile 2? What do pile 2's friends like and love about pile 2? We got treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. I feel like people feel that like you notice the little things about them, that you appreciate the little things about them, and that you again, like I was saying, maybe you've been through some sort of traumatic experience where you lost loved ones or something like that. Just because it's like treasure, it looks like they're looking at a memory of somebody that is no longer with them. It doesn't have to be like lost them through death, but it's almost like you, even if it's just like people moved away, or your friendships ended, or your relationships, like you've had a lot of loss like that. But I'm more so getting like death things. I feel like you're somebody that literally like has like a new, almost like whatever happened has sort of like changed you in a positive way, where you like know that you have to, like, life is short, like you have to appreciate people when they're here. It's like you took a negative situation and made it something positive. I feel like this could be about something specific, like some specific event, and not necessarily like an overall energy. But let's see, what else does pile 2? Ooh, we have a new romantic cycle begins, new moon in Libra, and a personal issue reaches resolution. Again, it's like you're not afraid to start a new cycle. You're not afraid to have like new positive energy in your life. I love this. It's like you have, you're very hopeful. And with Libra, it's like people could think that you're almost like a player or something like that. And that people always want you. They see that like you garner a lot of like attention from people, and they're just kind of like laughing about it, like, oh yeah, like pile 2's a pimp, like you already know. They don't let anything hold them back. It's like they want to keep moving forward. It's like, I don't know, they always have like some interesting story about their love life or something like that. Like, oh my God, like they're like a hoot, like they're a riot, like something like that. So I think people really enjoy your stories is like another thing. Like I think you have really funny like stories and like really interesting like situations. And I think you're just like funny in general. Wait, what else? Oop, that was way too many. I just saw Virgo, but what do pile two's friends like love about pile two? That's two. What do pile two's friends love about pile two? We have the moon, satisfy emotional needs, nurture self and others. So with the moon being here, it's like, again, like there is that earth energy, but it's water energy too. We have the whole moon here. It's a very watery energy. So I think you're somebody also that, even though you are very practical, it's like, again, there is that like emotional resonance that people have with you. They see you as maybe being very deep. Again, I was getting a sense of like maybe going through certain things. So like maybe just based off of that, like you've like kind of met with the darker sides of life a little bit, and it's kind of like opened your eyes and made you more like what this is saying, treasure your loved ones. I think people feel very nurtured by you and I feel like you're the type to do little cute things for your friends, like surprise them with like tickets to the concert of a band that they've always wanted to see, like, or just something like that. Like I feel like you go all out for your friends. And I'm getting almost in a financial way, I don't know why, but like you'll buy them like really nice gifts or something like that and just like surprise them with it. I think people think that you're a very caring and like considerate person. And let's see what else. How do people feel about, how do their friends feel about them? Pile two, how do pile two's friends feel about them? We have judge, balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power. Power, I almost said that weird, sorry. That's like almost more like a Libra energy. Oh, Libra, hello. Okay, I'm not, there's scales on both of these. So I think they feel like you're a very balanced person. And that your personality is very balanced. But there's like two main things. I think it's like this water and this earth energy, even though I know this is air. I feel like it's more like the scales that I'm getting, that you're really like a practical and responsible person, but like you're also a very nurturing, loving person. Gambler, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. I think that you're somebody that people almost wonder how you always like, it's like you almost have good luck, I'm getting, about certain things. Like you're like a go-getter in a way, but it to maybe to other people, even to your friends, it seems like you just get lucky and things like that. But I'm getting more so that you're a very careful planner, and that you like set things up in a way where you, what seems like luck to other people, like, oh, like, you know, like, wow, like they just ended up being able to buy this new house, like blah blah blah, like aren't they so lucky, like in this market or something like that. But it's like, meanwhile you've been over here saving your money since you're 14 years old, and you've been keeping your credit score, like, you know, this isn't just like, oh, I got lucky. It's like, oh, like I got a really good mortgage rate because like my credit's outstanding, because I've like been about my credit and been about my savings, like, you know what I mean? So it's like it did all work out. But like this was like a 10-year plan here. Like this isn't just like, oh, I got lucky and someone gave me a house. It's like I saved up and built this up. Like I feel like you're very much so like very responsible like that. And I think people feel like almost like you have it made or something like that, or you have it all. But it's like maybe they don't realize, but it's like they're seeing it as like you're just really lucky, or something like that. I would say in a financial way, with the gambler being here. So I don't think they realize, or maybe they do realize it and they're like, wow, like maybe they just think you're lucky to be that way, like to be so responsible is something that they struggle with. And what else do we have? We have the Leo, strength and death. Again, like this death energy and like being strong through like a tragedy or something like that. I feel like you really have that down. Let's see what else. We have the 5 of Wands. Okay. The Devil. feel, we have the Queen of Cups. Okay, interesting. So again, I feel like there are like two sides of you. With the Devil, it could be Capricorn energy. It is Capricorn energy. We have a lot of major arcanas. I feel like you're like, you have like big energy. Like, I feel like you're like a presence when you're in the room. It's like you have all the attention, like all eyes are on you. I feel like also some people, I feel like your friends might almost like they would resent it. I feel like there is like a sense of like competition a little bit, but if you weren't so like entertaining with this Leo, I think that people would be like really annoyed by it. But they're almost like, all right, like, you know, at least the show is interesting. At least you are the Queen of Cups. Like, you are a good person. Like, you are a very sweet person. So you know what? You can have all the attention if you want it. Like something like that. And then I'm also getting like the strength over like hard times in your life. I feel like you're somebody, like, again, I mean, we are kind of already touched on it, but I think it's just being reiterated here. But you would have had a lot of like loss in your life, and it's like you didn't let it like take you down. It's like you got into your like strength energy, like fixed your crown over there, and became like a boss bitch. And you're like, you know what, like, you're not going to be the thing that breaks me or something like that. Like, even if it's just like, it was something like a death or something like that, it's like you're not life. You're not going to, this isn't going to be the thing that breaks me. Like, I have to keep going. There's that sense of responsibility coming through with Capricorn again. And almost like an emotional responsibility. I feel like you almost feel duty bound to the people that you love. Like, you have to be a good friend. And it is very much noticed and appreciated by people. And then, yeah, like with the Scorpio energy here with death, it's like there is like that depth of emotion. It's like, I feel like you are somebody that maybe has had everything ripped away from you, but it's like you keep fighting, and it's like you get in boss energy and like you come out the other side, but at the same time, like, it's like you haven't lost that softness, which is not very easy to do. All right, so let us grab a few messages from your friends. What would they want to say to you? Pile 2. What would Pile 2's friends most want Pile 2 to know? You're so responsible. Okay, thank you. You're so pure. Okay, so it's like people know that you have like good intentions. Not surprised to see that with the Queen of Cups being here. You're so amazing but so humble. I mean, I don't know about that because there's Leo energy here, but you're the whole package. These same ones came out for Pile 1. And because I was kind of getting like a vibe of like wanting attention or something like that. You make me want to be better. I think your friends are very inspired by you. I think mostly because of like maybe what you've been through, and they're like, if this person is still kicking and doing what they have to do, what's my excuse? I love how beautiful you are inside and out. You have such a healing presence. I feel like people do think that you're very like good looking. I don't know if I said that, like, you look good while doing it or something like that, but I do feel like, you know, I'm sure there's like, you know, whoever's watching this reading, maybe some of you are humble, but I feel like with Leo energy, I just have to say, like, some of you might be like, I'm not humble, but maybe some other people watching are. But you know, it is what it is. Like, you don't have to be humble to like be a good person, like, you know. But I feel like you are a good person, and that's very clear with the purity and the Queen of Cups coming out. But maybe like you just, I don't know, you feel that you deserve the attention and you don't care, some of you, and that's okay. But I mean, clearly you're somebody that has a lot to brag about, and a lot to be proud of. So I'd rather you be like more like owning it anyway. If it was me, like, I don't know, if someone I loved, my friend, I'd be like, own it. Like, I think maybe sometimes people think like you're too humble or something like that. Like, you should be like stepping it out more, like, you know, show the world. Oh, look, the world. Like, show the world like what you're made of here with the Queen of Pentacles and the Sun. It's like, I feel like people think that you just have such a vibrant energy, but it's like also like you handle your business in such a way. I think people really are like in awe of you. So Pile 2, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next one. Okay, bye. guys, so if you chose card number 3, number 33, the Mermaid Soul, love is not blind, it only sees what matters. This is going to be your reading to see what your friends, your real friends, think about you. I'm going to roll this astro dice quick and just get a general sense of who you are and how they see you. All right, so we have Venus in Cancer in the 9th house. Very interesting energy. Okay, so you're clearly somebody that is like probably the most nurturing person who ever lived. Venus in Cancer, I mean, you don't get more nurturing than that. Like, you have a heart that is full of love. But with the 9th house too, I feel like you're also somebody that has like very like, I want to try new things, I want to travel, like I want to see the world. Like, I think you look through the eyes of love. I think you love only sees what matters. Is that what it said? Love is not blind, it only sees what matters. Like, you will always see like the good in people. Your friends like really appreciate that about you because it probably includes them. They think you're such a loving, nurturing energy, very sweet, maybe almost like a beatnik kind of a soul, like a little hippie-ish, like love is my religion, like kind of a thing, like, you know, like very emotional. You could be a water sign, very comfortable with your emotions. Oh, look, there's like a map on here too. It's almost like, I feel like you want to like explore the world. I feel like you're like an adventurer in a way too, and like a lot of fun, very like compromising, willing to compromise and help out and do more than their share. I think people really, really like that and love that about you. So let's get some more cards. Pile 3. What do your friends love about you? What do they think about you? We have hope. This came through in the last reading as well. Stay positive. Oh my God, sorry. Stay positive. The worst is behind you. Look up to the light. I think you're someone that like always looks on the bright side, always sees the positive of a situation, always wants to like help people, always wants to like forgive somebody. Like, you're somebody that will always forgive and be very understanding. I feel like you're a very, very understanding person. What else for pile? Okay, that was too many. What did pile 3's friends think about them? Okay, can I just have one? What did pile 3's friends love about pile 3 the most? Like, what do pile 3's friends love about pile 3? Okay. Oh my God. What do pile 3? Okay. Love is all around you. Yeah, there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this is truth. I think you're just like swirling around wherever you are with your friends, like, woo, have some love. You have some love. Oh, I love your outfit. Oh, I love your jacket. Like, oh my God, your hair looks so cute today. Like, oh, you're like my favorite person. Like, da 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 da. Like, I think everything that comes out of your mouth is just like an expression of love. Like, your friends like really, really appreciate that about you. Like, such a nurturing energy. Like, I could go on about it all day. I think that you are just somebody that spreads love in the world and positivity in the world. What else for pile 3? What do their friends love about them? What do they like about them? Did I forget to pull a card from something? Wait, hold on one second. Let me just look for a second. Oh, Moonology. It's okay. We'll do that. Anyway. House 5, passion, play, children, confidence, and creativity. I feel like you're somebody that almost like has like a young soul. Like, you're perceived to have like a young soul. You could be someone that like kind of walks around singing, like with this bird. There's like little music notes coming out of his mouth, like la da 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 da. Like, you know, you're someone who like makes like the job fun. Like, you're like playing while you're working. Like, what's that song from Mary Poppins where it's like, and snap, the job's a game, like kind of like thing. Like, you go find the fun in work, like, you know what I mean? When they're like cleaning their room and then they start doing magic to like, you know, she starts like making their clothes like fold themselves and shit. Like, I feel like you're just somebody who tries to find the fun in whatever task you're doing. You make it like a competition, or you make it like fun somehow. Like, all right, we have to clean this house, like let's put on some tunes and just like, I don't know, like in some way, in whatever way you do it. Like, I think your friends really like that. I think you're also somebody that comes up with a lot of fun, cool ideas. I feel like you have a very, like I was saying, a young soul, a very playful energy, and people have a lot of fun like hanging out with you, and they think you're just like a lot of freaking fun, and you just always have something nice to say, and people love that about you. And then we have full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. Like, again, you could be, like I was saying, a water sign. We had Cancer, and now we have Scorpio coming through. Also, we have Leo energy here with the 5th house, so it could be any of those. You could have any of those things in your chart. And then look on the back of the deck, a time to give rather than take. I feel like that is you. Like, you will give everything and never expect anything, and that imbalance won't even like make you like, I don't want to say it won't make you upset. Like, even if it makes you upset, you'll continue in a way. It's like people know that they could come to you for anything, and it's like you are somebody that wants to release negativity. That doesn't, it's like it's time to release negativity, stay positive. I'm getting that you could have had a lot of like negative energies in your early childhood, or like, I don't know, in some other aspects of your life, and it's like it's taught you to almost have such compassion for people, and it's like you would never want to be that negative energy in somebody else's life almost, you know. So let's see, what do pile three's friends or think about them? Oops. We have Liberator, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Like, you release negativity, releasing negative thought patterns. Look, child wounded. It's like something from childhood where it's like you maybe were this like wounded child here. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. It's like you've learned forgiveness, and maybe you see how it's like liberated you, and you want to like show other people how to like have that, like just let it go. Like I was saying, you're like kind of like a hippie. I'm gonna take it upright. It says Father, talent for creating and oh well, you know what? Maybe this is like a thing about your father or something, was like a dictatorial, abusive authority. Maybe you had a father that sort of, I'm gonna leave it the way it was. You maybe had a father that sort of like was very controlling, and then we have this liberator energy. It's like you maybe feel like you had to break out from that or something. I don't know, that's kind of crazy, because I was just saying something from your childhood. We had that wounded child thing, and it's like I feel like thinking about like this is like an emperor in reverse energy, like kind of in conjunction with this mermaid soul. It's like I feel like you maybe had things a little rough, maybe you were like yelled at a lot or something, and then it's like you have this sensitive heart here, and it's like, again, it's like you're like, I have to learn how to release this negativity or I'm gonna go crazy or something like that. So it's like you kind of became this person and started like spreading this like message, like I want to say, and just like, even if you're not like spreading it in a way that's like public, it's like just by living your life, and this is what your friends like see about you, and maybe your friends obviously know your situation, so they're probably like, wow, like, and maybe they've even seen it firsthand, you know, if they've been at your house or something like that, and they're just like, wow, like if you've known them since you were younger, you know what I mean, or if you still live there, whatever. But it's like, wow, like this person really had it rough, and like look at the way they are. Like I think your friends are really like find that very admirable about you. And then here we have hedonist, inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in yourself. I feel like you're somebody that likes to look good, likes to feel good, likes to eat good food, like just wants to have fun. Like the hedonist is somebody that just like kind of chases the good, like sensuality in a way. Like you're like, ooh, like I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like you like to feel like you probably like to go to like be in the water a lot. Well, yeah, hello, you're a mermaid soul. But you know, something like that where it's like it's very important for you to have like sensual, like be out in nature a lot. Like I feel like it's more so in a way that's like, ooh, I want to feel the grass under my feet, like ooh, like, and it's like you kind of like with that playful energy too, is like you inspire other people to like want to do that too, and get in touch with that more childlike playful energy that is like very important for you to like sustain throughout your life here. What else? What do people think about pile three's energy? We have the Six of Swords and Justice. I think people feel that you're very fair, very peace-loving energy with these two, with Libra coming through and the Six of Swords. You're somebody that like loves to be a peacemaker. Doesn't mean you won't stand up for yourself, but like you do what you feel is very fair. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles. And I think people also see you as like a hustler, like a money maker, like you're somebody that's very like a go-getter, like, you know, like you work hard. Look at this. This is like that Emperor energy and that like combative energy coming through. I feel like you really could have dealt with that in your life. I'm not going to take these because I was only going to get one, but I feel like Spirit's like reiterating that message here. I think they're saying like, look at this beautiful person that you've like turned into, and look at what you had like yet like coming at you like your whole life. This is sad. Oh my God. I feel like, especially because I can like reading your energy and I see what kind of a person that you are, to know that like, but it's always those people that have it the hardest. It's so sad. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Something else people might think is that, I don't know, like maybe they notice you have some sort of financial insecurity, or it's like you sort of, you're like afraid to spend money. Like you're like, you have some sort of like need to like, you could be like a little needy is what I'm getting, like a little afraid to let things go, let people out of your sight or something like that. But I think people, I don't think that they're looking at it and talking shit about it or anything, but I think they maybe are like, oh, like clearly pile 3, maybe has some like codependent issues or something like that, or doesn't like to be alone, or there's something there where it's like you're almost like your emotional, no, I'm sorry, your financial, I'm getting like really with like with these 3 pentacles being here, your financial security is like very important to you. And it's almost like maybe like your friends like go out a lot, and like you're almost like, ooh, like I have to work or something like that. Like, and they're like, just take off. And you're like, I can't, like, I need to save this money, or like, I can't, that's the busiest day of the week. Like, or, you know, they need me there, or like something like that, where it's like, you're like, no, I really can't. Like your work is very important to you. You're a very hard worker. And I think people are really recognizing that about you too. I also think you do very well at your job. Like you're like a little star, like you're just like, I got this, like almost kind of a thing, like you make it look easy kind of a thing. So let's see what else we can get. You could be someone that's sort of like remember how I was saying codependent, but I don't think that you are codependent by choice. Like I was saying, I feel like there's like this father energy coming through that like maybe made you be dependent on them to such an extent that you like weren't able to get your own independence. So now that's like very important to you. And maybe like I'm getting this like hoarding money kind of a thing where it's like, oh my God, like maybe there's even people trying to like get at it. Like look how these 3, and it's like, no, you can't see it. Like maybe you have like a secret stash box or something because you're like afraid of like someone coming at your money. That's like a really random message that won't apply to everybody, I'm sure. But like, it's almost like they're trying to like, and he's like, no, you can't have it. Like, and then it's like, I feel like you worked for it, whatever this is. So it's like, they shouldn't have it, you know, obviously. But like I was saying, I do feel like you're a very giving person. So it's like, maybe it's something to do with this whole father thing. I feel like it's a very specific message. So you have such strength. Yes. Like it takes a lot of strength to be this mermaid soul in a world where these energies are kind of like, these tougher energies are always like almost telling you that you're wrong to be that way, or telling you to like toughen up, and like, oh, like that's not a realistic way to look at the world. But you're like, well, that's the way I look at the world. So sorry, not sorry. You have such zest for life. Yes, I feel like you want to travel, you want to explore things. It's like you really like, maybe you're somebody that's kind of like, yeah, you know, I had a rough start, but like, you know, I got the rest of my life ahead of me. I want to see what else this world has to offer. Yeah, with the traveling, with the 6 of Swords. I love how you take care of other people. Yes, I'm sure you're so kind to all creatures and people. Yes, very kind, very compassionate energy here. You're the whole package. Like, but you're a hard worker. Like, you're not just like a head in the clouds kind of a person. Like, la la la, like love is everything. I mean, you could be like that. I'm not making fun of it, but you're like, love is everything, but the bills got to get paid. Like, you know, like kind of a thing. Like, we got to work hard too, you know? Like, love is great, but who's paying the rent? You're such a nurturer. Yeah, and that's the first thing I said with this Cancer energy, Venus in Cancer. Your strength and kindness inspire me every day. I think people really, like, you're the type of person that people, like, look at and, like, maybe they're having a bad day and being, like, in a bitchier energy, and you're just, like, they, like, see you moving through the world, and it, like, makes them want to be a better person. It makes them want to aspire to that level of kindness, because that's very rare to have in this world, and you've mastered it 100%. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, comment, or subscribe to my channel. Otherwise, I'll catch you in the next one, okay? Bye.